to make that a part of who we are as Christians. To give. That's what Jesus is talking about here. But you know what? There's an even deeper spiritual meaning, I think. And I love that part. It actually ties very much in with Isaiah. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call him while he is near. Let the scoundrel forsake his way and the wicked his thoughts. Let him turn to the Lord for mercy, to our God who is generous in forgiving. I tell you, I love reading Isaiah. And the spirituality here, I think, is really important because if, I don't know, let me pick on somebody who wants to be picked on. Hey, James. Okay? He's newly retired now, so we can pick on him. Right? Okay, so let's assume we as a church, we've been, and we have been, we've been coming to church for several years, etc., etc. And James just joined us, the 1st of September. Okay? And so a huge catastrophe happens. And there we are, appearing at the gates of heaven, let's say. And so Jesus welcomes us in. Oh yes, Mary, you've been there since the start. And Don, you've been there since the start. You can put up with those long sermons. Come on in. Right? And James, you just joined. Come on in. And so Joel pick on George. George says, hey, just a minute. He just joined. How come he can come in? Shouldn't he? Like, there's got to be. He just joined. Well, that's not what Jesus is saying. Right? When you give yourself to Jesus, you're welcome. And that's whether you give yourself at the last minute or along the way. You know what? It's not a matter of check marks along the way. And I have no problem with somebody who comes in at the last, so to speak. Because the guys who got there, that's a privilege to be able to serve Jesus. I'm privileged to be here and be in this community. And I know, in talking to you, all of you at different points in time, we're all privileged. We feel privileged to be servants of Jesus. And it is a great privilege. And we don't see it as, well, I was in here first. You know, it just came to me that my dad used to talk to me a lot about growing up in Quebec, and I don't want to pick on any church or anything, but he'd say that when they went to church, people had certain pews they would sit in. God forbid if you sat in their pew. Right? Yeah. This is my pew. And the older you were, the less likely somebody would be to take your pew. I've been going to that church for 50 years. So don't tell me, Gary O'Dwyer, you're going to come in here and take my seat. You sit at the back or you sit somewhere else, because you're new here. And I see a lot of heads when I started talking to people nodding, oh, I remember those well, right? Well, that's not what the message is about here, is it? The message is about saying to Jesus, I'm opening my heart to you. I believe. And now how can I serve you? And you serve Jesus through the kinds of things we do and we hear about in the scriptures every Sunday. So I'm not condemning someone who says by faith alone, to paraphrase. You need faith. How can you open your heart to Jesus if you don't have faith, right? And how can you go, I'm doing Jesus' will and doing what Jesus asked me to do. In fact, this person said, oh, you can't follow what Jesus said. So, well, he said to believe, didn't he? Yes. You can follow that, but you can't follow the rest. Well, that makes no sense. Jesus would never lay down a path for us that was impossible to achieve. and we are operating philosophically, spiritually, making commitment to the Beatitudes, that's the path. And I see that each Sunday when I come here. And I see that in many other people. When we make the commitment to follow Jesus, we are committing ourselves to faith, and we are committing ourselves to helping people. Whatever you do to the least, you have done to me. Important phrases, but taken in the whole context, very powerful.